Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video, and today we're gonna go ahead and get into another one. You feel me? So with that being said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Get in that comment box, tell me how you felt about this video. And with that being said, man, let's check it out.
Nobody wins when the family feels. WDS, I'm a slam to get rich. WDS, we provide a go bend. Banging on block, my peel, my gents. Going to house with his pigs. Big WD, I be using my feet. Clutch in the back with that 300 B. Y'all working that Drake here, get on one knee. I done ran through they rip me, leaking Lil Z. Be a cough full of vest, everybody got beat. I was working that switch, I be working that P. Still kicking my door, give a fuck if they read.
Not playing that in my car.
Mark Tarpley, Chief of Police for the City of District Heights. Tarpley spelled T as in Tom, A-R, P as in Paul, L-E-Y. With me, I'm joined by Mayor Cynthia Miller and our Vice Mayor Xander Harcourt. At approximately 1:50 this afternoon, officers responded to the 6600 block of Atwood Street for a report of a shooting. It is confirmed that 3 people have been shot, 2 adults, and 1 teenager.
Update on that deadly shooting in Southeast that we've been covering since our noon hour. Thank you for joining us. I'm Scott Thuman.
And I'm Victoria Sanchez. We know right now that 2 people were killed and 2 others hurt, including a 2-year-old girl on a...
News anchors never fail to amaze me with how they project their voice. That's crazy. Even though they all sound exactly the same.
With her daycare group.
One homicide here in the District of Columbia is too many. And I'm telling you, we are sick and tired of this.
Growing up in D.C. or the DMV area, it's a high chance you grew up listening to go-go. Here in your neighborhood you grew up in, being shouted out mid-performance. Now don't get me wrong, even back then you had different people from different neighborhoods chilling with each other. My generation had groups who hang with each other during the go-go's and made names just for that group. And in some cases that made people feel better, like they had people they can trust while in a one-way in, one-way out environment. And that tradition took place for many generations to come. Fast forward to 2024, not so much. Some say now go-go's are obsolete, unless it's for the grown and sexy, because of the violence that come with it. Being hard to get a venue to actually approve the go-go. You wouldn't recognize it. And just like the go-go's, you can say that for the neighborhoods in the DMV area. You wouldn't recognize it past this generation. You see, that neighborhood that the go-go used to shout out, that was just the neighborhood you grew up in, or you was born and raised. Nothing more, nothing less. But nowadays, in the DMV area, they not going by neighborhoods. They going by alleged gangs that they formed through alliances through other neighborhoods. While according to authorities, for the sole purpose to go against their enemies and the ones they cool with. And in return, in most cases, some would say, the blind leading the blind. Because then you get cases like we got today. Kids with a good home don't even live in these neighborhoods. Coming to the trenches to do drills, murders, and attempts. In some cases, broad daylight. Not knowing in DC, they got a camera on almost every corner. But then again, how would you know? You're not even from there. But then you also want to be a rapper and talk about these drills on a song. Because now you feel qualified. Turns out, that one song you did is a part of your indictment. And not to mention, you know they gotta go online, fam. Give clues. And in this case to 13 viewers. That was also in your indictment.
This nigga did a drill for 13 people.
And them tweets you made on a platform now called X with less than 30 followers, the police managed to get a hold of that too. And that's in your indictment as well. But all along you thought it was cool. But by the time you sit behind them walls, you realized you was played too. You put your life on the line for a neighborhood and an older crew.
You put your life on the neighborhood.
And sent you to crash
out. Put your life on the line for a neighborhood.
But like we just said,
crew. Show them boys and talk about what. Let me stop, man. You know what I'm saying? I start rapping on them more.
The blind leading the blind. By the way, that move the older dude put you on, that's the reason y'all got caught. The firearms you using,
he moving around in Valencia.
And the fit you did a drill in, the same fit you taking pictures in. But it get worse. According to your affidavit, the gun you was caught with got ties to 10 shootings in 4 years. With one of them being for 3 murders in 1 day.
Oh yeah, you're
also
cooked.
Shooting a 2-year-old.
You are cooked. 3 bodies on 1 gun and they still got it in rotation is crazy.
And more innocent little girls than your alleged target. But that's what we got here today, family. 2 groups. They got many hoods allegedly connected according to this 50+ page affidavit we're about to go over. A sad case of following
from
the
an
wrong
affluent
people
family
just to fit in. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll go jump right to it. Some say going on a drill is a priority to be a rapper. But when you think about it, that's probably why it's called drill rap. At least according to these rappers. There's been some unsolved cases in DC and Maryland that recently got closure after a recent arrest. It's a neighborhood in southeast DC located on Stanton Terrace and Bruce Place, also known as Henson Ridge, or the Z, that's allegedly affiliated with neighborhoods and crews called GBY, Get Back Gang, and YGA,
why is everybody
Youngest Get Active. And he also closely aligned with the neighborhood crew from Maryland, Walker Mill, also known as
that's what he was saying.
Walk Down Steps. Now, a person identified in this affidavit as Subject 1 is an 18-year-old aspiring rapper who go by the name of Marcus Middleton Jr., who's also affiliated with the neighborhood WDS, Walk Down Steppers, in Walker Mill, Maryland. Now, Marcus lived in Clinton and went to a nice high school in Maryland called Wise, but he was also an aspiring rapper, as we mentioned, and had a thrill for being in the streets. His rap stage name was Wick, and those who close to Marquise would call him
Wick,
Keese.
like John Wick.
Marquise had a couple songs on YouTube. One had a video. It was a track titled G30 with only 13,000 views and counting, where he mentioned some clues that would later help him get indicted. Quote, I come with that switch, I come with that Drake, I come in your spot, I sit with you late, I caught two on a date, I was working at Drake, and two men walking got hit in his face.
Every day I be using my feet, clutch on the back with that 300 B. Y'all working at Drake, he'll get on one knee. I done ran through they rip me, leaking Lil Z. Be a car full of vests, everybody got beat. I was working that switch, I be working that P. Still kicking my door, give a
Now the person affidavit we looking at is a 25-year-old man who go by the name Andre Green. And according to authorities, the other perpetrators in this affidavit was his youngest. Now Andre and Marquise alleged opposition. According to Andre affidavit, his neighborhoods like 23rd Street and Savannah Terrace, which is a southeast neighborhood in Washington, D.C., which is also where the shooting occurred, we'll later discuss. 23rd and Savannah are also called a self-chase down.
Y'all all using the same words and trying to make it something new where y'all at, bro. Nobody's doing nothing different. Everybody doing the same shit. Everybody want to be walk down gang steppers. They want to be Lil Keese keep a switch. Like, bro, what? Like, shit, cornball, bro.
The neighborhood located on 3500 Stanton Road, Southeast, known as Parkland, also known as Trap Flavor or Mob Ties. They also had beef with a crew on the 22nd Street of Southeast, known as Deuce Deuce. And according to this affidavit, it led to shootings, murders,
out of towners so entrenched in some beef that ain't got shit to do with it.
Now in this video, we're focused on the latest shooting that Andre
driving out of town to catch a body.
Other people who haven't been identified was allegedly involved in, according to Andre affidavit. A shooting that took place July 18th, 2024, a summer morning in southeast Washington, D.C. Broad daylight, 40 minutes before noon. Members of the Metropolitan Police Department, 7th District, were in the area of 23rd and Alabama Avenue, Southeast. When they heard the sound of gunshots, officers responded to a shopping center located on the 2200 block of Alabama Avenue, Southeast, where they located 4 victims suffering from gunshot wounds. 3 men and a 2-year-old girl who was at daycare during their routine walk. 2 of the men died, with 1 being shot in the head. Later identified as Lamont Street, 29 years old.
No relation.
Jermaine Proctor, 50 years old. May they both
no relation to the gang.
And love condolences to their families. Now apparently the 2 men that lost their life was chilling in the parking lot with over 10 people. The other man that was shot was walking from work.
Update on that deadly shooting in Southeast that we've been covering since our noon hour. Thank you for joining us. I'm Scott Thuman.
And I'm Victoria Sanchez. We know right now that 2 people were killed and 2 others hurt, including a 2-year-old girl on a walk with her daycare group. Police are still looking for multiple suspects.
Our Tom Rousey has been on this story all afternoon. And Tom, you spoke with the toddler's grandmother.
Yeah, Scott and Victoria, she tells me she's in intensive care right now. She's asking the whole community to pray for this little 2-year-old girl named Emily. Emily was with other children getting ready to go for a walk. They were from a daycare that's right behind me here in the Alabama Plaza Shopping Center. Well, as they're getting ready to go for a morning walk, according to police, there's guys who pull up in a car on Alabama Avenue here, get out, and they just open fire. Before it was all said and done, 2 men were dead, another man was hit, and little Emily was hit as well.
Big old smile.
The child's grandmother shared these pictures of 2-year-old Emily, who she says was getting ready to go for a walk with other children and employees at her daycare when gunfire erupted nearby and Emily was hit. Police expect the 2-year-old to survive.
One homicide here in the District of Columbia is too many. And I'm telling you, we are sick and tired of this.
A visibly angry Police Chief Pamela Smith said the children were about to be taken on a normal morning walk when 3 people got out of this car and began opening fire. 2 men were killed and another man was hit, as was 2-year-old Emily.
Bro.
We spoke with one woman who says she's related to one of the men who was
40 with no gang relations. Y'all don't even know who y'all ops is, especially this out-of-town idiot who just lost his life by taking lives. Like, you don't even know who your ops is. That's why y'all hitting innocent people and random civilians. You don't know who your ops is because you don't have none. You didn't come up in that environment. You didn't go to the same school as the people from 22nd Street, and you know who over there, and you know who done stayed over there, and you can be like, oh, that's Marcus. Oh, that's not even saying that's what you're supposed to do because we need to stop killing each other. But you don't even know who your ops is. You just shooting in quote-unquote op territory, and them niggas don't own shit. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
They say he got the shot for nothing because he ain't do nothing.
The local ANC chair says police were sitting at Alabama Plaza a lot until suddenly stopping doing so recently.
It seems like when the cruisers are not sitting there,
that sounds like somebody's grandma.
Like the
I did not know that was
a
man.
In that little vicinity ramps right back up.
He says he got a concealed carry permit because of all the violence around here, but he still doesn't feel safe.
Because having a concealed carry, you still have, you just never know. Walking through a community, you can be an innocent, not expecting anything to happen.
One mother tells us she tries to keep her 9-year-old son inside constantly.
He's inside on his computer or the stupid tablet or that stupid laptop or whatever, on those stupid social media TikTok sites and all that other stuff. But you know what? It's fine because he's not out here getting shot.
The grandmother of 2-year-old Emily asked the entire community to pray for the child's recovery. The grandmother says she just dealt with grief 2 months ago when 3-year-old Taya Settles, who she is also related to, was shot and killed very close to today's shooting. She says Taya and Emily
y'all need to move out the city, bro. It's wicked, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe on that one. The 2 men who were killed, they fell here in the Alabama Plaza Shopping Center behind me. The 3rd man who was hit, we are told he is expected to survive. Police believe Emily will survive as well. But again, her grandmother saying she is in intensive care right now. Police still searching for 3 suspects. They say they believe they left in a blue Dodge Charger, which actually apparently was a different car than they arrived in.
They pulled up in a white car,
in Southeast Washington. I'm Tom Rousey.
So that means
according
they
to
pulled up
Andre
in 2
recent
cars.
affidavit, while on surveillance, he was seen plotting with the alleged suspects, according to authorities, calling his youngest on camera, gearing up to do the shooting. An hour before the shooting, at around 10:30 a.m., surveillance captured 2 suspects walking in front of 7th District Police Station, located on Stanton Road and Alabama Avenue in Southeast D.C., which is a block away from where the shooting occurred. Now here's footage of the suspects walking eastbound on the 1700 block of Alabama Avenue Southeast towards the 1700 block of Stanton Terrace, which is also in Southeast. Now here's when police, according to Andre affidavit, knew Marquise was the driver of the homicide vehicle. A neighborhood ring camera captured 2 of the suspects in a much closer view, which also helped point out the shoes he had on and matched the Draco from the shooting almost an hour later. Now 30 minutes before the shooting, police get a camera footage from an alley on the 1800 block of Alabama Avenue in Southeast, and you see 3 suspects talking together. A camera labeled side storage showed a blue Dodge Charger pull in the alley and stop adjacent from suspect 1, suspect 2, and suspect 3. The suspects were seen getting inside the vehicle. The blue Dodge Charger supposed to be Andre's Charger. And at 10:56, the blue Dodge Charger briefly pulled off before backing into the driveway of a residence located on the 1800 block of Alabama Avenue Southeast. That's when suspect 4 walked out and went into the driver's rear side of the vehicle. The blue Dodge then pulled off and went southbound out the alley, headed towards the 1700 block of Staten Terrace Southeast. It then made a right on the 3200 block.
Went right back to their hood.
At 11 o'clock, a Ring camera located on the 1400 block of Congress Place captured a blue Dodge Charger traveling northbound on the 1400 block of Congress Place in Southeast. Moments later, surveillance camera on the 1400 block of Congress Place Southeast had captured the homicide vehicle, a white sedan, briefly moving before stop on the 1400 block of Congress Place. And at this point, that's 20 minutes before the murder inside the parking lot. 4 minutes later, at 11:04, MPD crime cameras located on Savannah Place had captured the homicide vehicle as it drove past the offense location. From 11:05 to 11:17, the homicide vehicle nor the blue Charger were captured on surveillance footage. However, MPD crime cameras located on the 21st Street of Bruce Place captured the following events before and after the homicide. At 11:17, a blue Dodge Charger pulled up and parked on 21st and Bruce Place. That appears to be the same blue Dodge Charger that initially picked up the suspects and is believed to have dropped them off at the homicide vehicle, which was only a block away from the offense location. An MPD crime camera located on Alabama Avenue in Staten Terrace Southeast captured the following events. At 11:19, the homicide vehicle was observed traveling northbound before making a right on the 1800 block of Alabama Avenue. At 11:20, the homicide vehicle was observed traveling eastbound on the 1800 block of Savannah Place. The homicide vehicle headed towards the 3200 block of 22nd Street Southeast. The homicide vehicle then goes out of sight. Moments later, the sound of multiple rounds of gunshots are heard. MPD crime camera located on Savannah Place had captured the homicide vehicle making a stop at the crosswalk of Savannah Place. The right passenger side door and the rear driver's side door had opened. At 11:21, suspect 1 stopped firing his assault rifle, placed it down to his right side, and transitioned to a semi-automatic pistol that was in his right waistband. Suspect 1 pointed his handgun in the direction of east of the sidewalk and discharged the weapon towards the victim. At 11:21, a surveillance camera on the 2200 block of Alabama Avenue had captured the witness 1 and witness 2 walking small children and pushing victim 1, who happens to be the 2-year-old girl, alongside 5 other toddlers on the corner of Alabama Avenue. As mentioned, they was in daycare. Witness 1 and witness 2 say when the gunshots rang out, they were able to get victim 1 and the other children to safety, but ultimately, victim 1 was struck by gunfire. Thank God she survived. At 11:21, the murder vehicle was seen fleeing the scene. The blue Dodge Charger was observed pulling off the corner of Bruce Place Southeast and proceeding westbound on the 2100 block of Alabama Avenue Southeast and going out of sight of surveillance camera. It should be noted that the blue Dodge Charger pulled off directly after the shooting had occurred. At 11:22, the Dodge Charger was going fast on 18th Street, but this time police was able to get a clear image of the tag number. At 11:22, the blue Dodge Charger made a U-turn on the 1700 block.
And what's crazy is like people thinking they so
Avenue,
slick. That's the dude from earlier who I said sounded like somebody mama. They playing y'all step by step from where y'all was before it happened, when y'all got together, when y'all went and did it, while y'all was doing it, when y'all left, when y'all went home, what you ate for dinner. They know everything. You can't commit no murder in 2024 like that, bro. Especially something not planned out from start to finish. Not just we finna go slide.
Northbound on the 1700 block of Staten Terrace before going out of sight of the surveillance camera. Moments later, the blue Dodge Charger backed and parked in the same driveway to the residence where it picked up the suspects before committing the homicide. All 4 suspects exited the blue Dodge Charger and appeared to walk into the residence associated with the driveway. Now at this point we know Andre is subject 3, and they have footage of his car in front of his home hours later on the 5100 block of 8th Street. The morning of the shooting, Andre attempts to go to work with the same temp tags in the front of his car through the security checkpoint, which is on camera. But immediately, Andre makes a U-turn and don't check in at around 9:57 a.m. But 30 minutes after the shooting, Andre was seen walking around his job on camera. But then at 12:06, he leaves back with his car parked on the end of his employment and his card time saying he's checked in. But But by this time, Andre's car was all over the news and social media. 2 hours later, 6th District received a call regarding Andre's blue Dodge Charger parked in the driveway of a residence located on the 1200 block of 48th Street in Northeast. The caller provided Merlin temporary tags for that vehicle which matched the surveillance. But by that time, members of the Metropolitan Police Department had arrived at the location.
So, like, bro, they lacking either they was moving fast or the police is just moving too slow. He burnt it.
Georges County Police had received a call that a blue Dodge Charger
he seen this shit on the news and burned
Park,
it.
Maryland. Turns out it was Andre's car. 45 minutes later, Andre was shown up back at his job. Clocked out at 3:15. The next day,
so he finessed
went by the neighborhood.
He clocked in like he was at work, and then he left probably before anybody of some substance seen him, so that his alibi is gonna be I was at work. Well, sir, we got you on camera leaving work. You didn't know your car was on fire? Why didn't you report your car stolen? It's gonna be a lot of questions that they can ask, even though they don't need it, because this shit is damning evidence. This is beyond a reasonable doubt. This is damning evidence.
And came in contact with Andre and Subject 3, which is located on Bruce Place in Southeast. Subject 3 had on the same black and gray jacket and Crocs from the scene of the shooting. A couple weeks later, on July 24th, 2024, police came to the conclusion that Subject 1 was Marquise. They compared his Instagram Live with 13 views to the Ring doorbell footage with his hoodie on. They also compared his Balenciaga shoes and his pictures, as well as a book bag in his pictures that matched the shoes and book bag of the scene. They also found this Twitter account, now known as X, with less than 30 followers, that had pictures of him holding the alleged murder weapons inside a local hotel bathroom. They also saw a post he made just last month, on August 1st, 2024. Little did Marquise know that would be his last post on social media. He played a song that we mentioned at the beginning of this video with his verse, with the caption, I know why they mad. Hashtag, long live him. Hashtag, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Now here are some pictures of the firearms that was recovered. These firearms was linked to 15 shootings in 4 years, with the 10 being contact shootings in the DMV area.
You last night, police have made an arrest in a shooting that killed 2 men and severely injured a 2-year-old little girl this summer. Our Rafael Sanchez Cruz dug into court documents that are providing more insight into what investigators believe prompted that shooting and how they were able to track one of the suspects down using surveillance cameras and social media. Right, Rafa?
That's right, Lorenzo. Prosecutors say Andre Green was the driver helping the shooters that opened fire, but there's no evidence that he actually fired a gun. They also say Green is associated with at least 2 D.C. street gangs.
Screenshots from surveillance video show the moment the 2 shooters stepped out of this white car and opened fire at the intersection of Alabama Avenue and 22nd Street Southeast on July 18th. 2 men were killed, Lamont Street and Jermaine Proctor. A third was injured. At the top left corner of your screen, you see the 2 daycare educators.
I'm thinking though, like, I know that's probably what they
got caught up in the crossfire. 2-year-old Emily was shot in the stomach.
Right here, y'all, but why y'all taking them out for a walk in the middle of the hood? Walk around the fucking parking lot. Well, that is the parking lot, but...
Arm. Her grandmother says the toddler is still dealing with the trauma.
She has tremors or she have like just shakes or just stirs at times. But overall, she's still here.
Court documents identify at least 4 suspects involved in the deadly shooting. One of them, 25-year-old Andre Green.
Green was charged pursuant to a D.C. Superior Court arrest warrant with first-degree murder while armed for his role in this shooting. We would like to thank our community for their assistance with this case. We know that the brazenness of the suspects in this case shocked the community.
Court documents say Green was bragging about the shooting at work. D.C. police released this photo of a blue Charger involved in the shooting. Investigators say the car belongs to Green, seen here driving it. Hours after police released these photos, the Charger was found engulfed in flames underneath a bridge in College Park.
They didn't even do it right,
to
bro.
Court documents.
I know there will be more arrests, and I'm asking them to turn yourself in, and I forgive you.
You forgave him, but the court ain't.
Yeah, Green is being held without bond tonight. Court documents also identify a local rapper as one of the shooters. Investigators say the rapper not only posted photos on social media with what they believe to be the guns used in this July shooting, but he also posted a rap claiming to shoot 2 men in the face. It's still unclear why the 2 men who died were targeted in this fatal incident, Lorenzo.
This nigga right here got a nice, clean ass little suit on.
2-year-old little Emily tonight. Hopefully they'll find those other suspects soon.
Another sad story and harsh reality that it's almost impossible to get away with a crazy crime like this in broad daylight. And on top of that, it seemed like it wasn't well planned to me. Just not gonna get away. As we
but
wrap
man,
this video
look,
up,
to that little girl, man, I'm sending my condolences for sure. You know what I'm saying? I hope you have, you know what I'm saying, a nice, healthy recovery. You feel what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. Them man, these folks hit up a little girl like tripping. But nonetheless, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? She'll heal up. She gonna have some traumas that she gotta deal with, but hopefully one day, you know what I'm saying, she can shake back and she'll be strong. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Get in that comment box, tell me how you felt about this video. With that being said, it's your boy Key. Checking in, checking out. We gone.